when I really considered the possibility of not being with Chiquita, I realized that what I wanted most was to always be with her. But at that time, Wally, I hadn't yet learned what it was like to react to another human being. You know, to follow your impulses with another person from one moment to another moment, along that chain of feeling that can change from any second to the next. And if you can't react to someone, then there's no real possibility for action or interaction. And if there isn't, then I don't really know what love means, except duty and obligation and sentimentality, and fear. I mean, I don't know about you, Wally, but I had to put myself through some kind of training program just to learn how to be human. You know, what did I feel about anything? I didn't know. What kind of things did I like? What kind of people did I really want to be with? You know, that kind of thing. And I think the only way that I could find out was cutting out all the noise around me. You know, just stop performing for a few moments. Just listen to what was inside me. I think there comes a time that you need to do that. You know, and maybe you have to go to the Sahara to do it, you know? Maybe you can do it at home, but you need to cut out the noise.
Yeah, of course. Personally, I don't usually like those quiet moments. You know, I really don't. I mean, I don't know if it's that Freudian thing or what. I mean, a fear of unconscious impulses, my own aggression. I mean, if things get too quiet, you know, and as we're saying, I find myself just sitting there, whether I'm by myself or somebody else.
I just have this feeling of, my God, I'm going to be revealed. I mean, I'm adequate to do any sort of task, you know, but I'm not adequate just to be human. I mean, I'm not, you know, I mean, if I'm just trapped there and I'm not allowed to do things, but all I can do is just be there, I will fail. In other words, I can pass any other test and get an A if I put in the required effort, but I don't have a clue how to pass this test. And I feel if I'm going to fail, I mean, it's really scary. I just feel lost at sea.
I mean, I can imagine a life, Wally, where every day would become an incredible, monumental, creative task. You know, a life in which each person would just follow their impulses all day. You know, they would be themselves every single moment with others. We're not necessarily up for it. You know, if you felt like walking out on the person you're living with, you'd just walk out. And if you felt like it, you'd come back. But meanwhile, you'd have to be, you know, dealing with the person's reaction to you walking out. It would be a life of such feeling, and in a way, it would be intoxicating, I think. What was really amazing about those workshops I led, Wally, was how quickly people fell into enthusiasm and joy and abandon and wonderment and wildness, tenderness. And could we really stand to live like that? I mean, maybe we're just afraid of living, or maybe we're afraid of thinking about some kind of existence that we've lost, and to remember it would make us want to give up everything.
I think it's that moment of contact with another person. That's what scares us. That moment of being face to face with another person. I mean, you wouldn't think it would be so frightening. It's it's strange that it's so frightening. I mean,
It isn't that strange. After all, it really isn't that strange, Wally. I mean, there's plenty of good reasons to be frightened. First of all, a human being is a very dangerous and complex creature, and if you're really trying to live each moment, Christ, that's a challenge. You know, you have to reach out, you have to go after something, and I think it's really something to strive for, you know? I really do.
I just think it's so pathetic when one doesn't do that.
Absolutely. It's just nothing. I mean, if you can't make it, at least attempt it. Just attempt it. You know, if you're going blind or something, do some exercises for your eyes, you know? But of course, there's a problem that comes along. The closer, I think, to a human being you get, the more completely mysterious and unreachable that person becomes. You have to reach out. You have to relate and go back and forth. You have to. And yet you're relating to a ghost, you know, or something. I don't know. I mean, we're ghosts. We're phantoms. I mean, who are we?